Guys, it's Kara's mom, and today we are going to be doing this fabulous full-on glam smoky eye look. So if you're interested in learning how to do this, stay tuned. Alright guys, so today again we are going to do a smoky eye. We are going to start with our Urban Decay Anti-Aging Eyeshadow Primer. Now today I will not be using a transition color first off because the color that I want to put down, I want that pigment, or I want the primer to pick up that pigment and make it pop. So this is how I was trained to do a smoky eye. There are lots of different ways that you can do it, but this is the way that I know how to do it, and it turns out very pretty. So that's what I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Morphe palette and a couple colors from Merle Norman and a couple colors from MAC. Because the Morphe palette, this particular Morphe palette, does not have a gray in it, and a traditional smoky eye does have a gray. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this color right here, and you could actually go into any of these bottom row colors to place it down, to place it in the crease area as a base for your black. You can go straight in with the black, but it tends to look prettier if you put a brown down. Actually, you know what? Let's go in this kind of like taupey color here. This is, in this one, it's called Stone. So let's go into that one first, actually. And we're just gonna tap down into this. We're just gonna get it right on the end of that brush. We're not gonna swirl. We're not trying to pick up a lot of pigment. And sorry, I've got a lot of going on down here because, as you know, the Morphe palette does not have a mirror. So we're gonna hold the brush back. Back here is good, which I do like this brush because of all the stuff that because you know, if you place it up here, you're going to be pushing harder, you're going to be doing a lot more work. Back here it's going to be looser and it's going to be a lighter application, and that's what we want. So we're going to pretend we're going to take the under eye line and we're going to kind of bring that as our line going out. The key to this is making these lines straight and blending them. You don't want to bring the colors down because it is such a bold statement. It will actually bring the eye and the face down. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to place that right above my actual eyeball in that socket part. And I'm going to stop pretty much right where my pupil is. And then I'm going to take it down and create that chevron or 7 or V, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not worrying about blending quite yet. We'll get there. Now, you can continue to blend with this brush, or you can go into a buffer blush. I'm just going to buffer brush, not a buffer blush. I'm just going to use this one. Now, the key with a smoky eye is blending, 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 blending. And then when you think you've blended enough, you want to blend some more. Now you can either you can switch your brushes, or you can use the same one. I'm actually going to switch because I might end up using this one for another color. And I'm going to go into the black now. Again, just dipping straight down and just going to get it on the tip there. And we can go ahead and windshield wiper that now. And I'm going to try not to get any of that on the lid, but if you do get a little bit on the lid, that is okay because you're going to darken up the lid later anyway. Okay, so there's your base of that smoky eye. Now you can go from here and finish the eye out, or you can make this actually a little bit darker. I'm going to actually make it just a hair darker because I'm going to go for a pretty dramatic smoky eye today. But the key is layering and blending. And you don't want to try to add all the color at once, otherwise it's going to look too harsh. It's not going to blend well, and it could potentially get really muddy on you. And again, we're just focusing right in that crease area. And again, you can go in a little bit more as you add the black in. You can just keep kind of focus here on the outside, and then what's ever left over, bring it there. And you're just going to continue to build that. And again, as you finally get to kind of where you want that color to be, you're going to take it, and I bring it straight in, because you want to try to leave this pretty much from here over. You want to try to leave that as light as possible, because we're going to come back in with a lighter color there. But like I said, you can take some of it down in there. And you can take your buffer brush. I keep saying blush. And little circles. And just gonna blow that out. And again, blend, 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 blend. So again, you could keep adding the black in and just keep making this darker, and that's fine. We're gonna stop, for me, we're gonna stop right here, and then we're gonna start adding a few other colors in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Max Color, the color Shroom. I'm pretty sure that that's still available. It kind of is like an opalescent gray color. It's a satin finish, so it's not going to be, satin is really appropriate for pretty much anything after 35. If you have starting to get kind of like the soft wrinkling on the lid. You a lot of times don't want to go with the harsh metallics because it will accent that. Now, I still do use some of the metallics, but I place them in just certain areas, and I don't do a whole eye like that anymore because it catches on any of those little fine lines. But this is a really good color. We're going to go back into the color that we used originally with that brown on there. Now this one we can kind of load up. Tap off any excess. And the same thing, we're going to go in and use a patting method. And I'm going to go right up to that black, still in that socket, and just pat that in there. So we're creating that V, we're creating it on this side of the eye now. See how we're actually going down, and we're going to go like this. So we're going to go down and like this. Now you could use a flat brush here. I just try to show you guys stuff that, you know, that you maybe just have 5 brushes and that you're not going out and buying a bunch of brushes, because again, if you're not doing this professionally, I personally don't think that you have to buy 50 million brushes, and you don't have to buy really, really expensive brushes either. You know, buy 5 really decent brushes and I think you're set. Okay, so we'll switch over to a flat brush so you can see what I'm talking about and get a little bit more pigment on there. So this is going into that corner. Okay, now we've married that together. We're still avoiding the lid. Gonna go into that buffer blending brush, and we're gonna sit here and kind of just go back and forth right there because we want to marry these two, but I don't want that black over in that area. So we're just going to marry those two. And again, I'm avoiding this area here. I just want that to be pretty much just that gray color. And as you heard, I dropped my brush, so I got to grab another flat brush. I'm sorry. And we're going to load that brush up, tap it off, and we're going to do the same thing over on this side. We're going to tap, 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 and again, going right into that corner of that eye. Really placing that in there. Okay, so you're going to have the dark to the light. You have a little bit of brown there. Now what you can do here is you can go into a deeper color brown. I'm going to go into kind kind of an in-between color. Literally, it is literally in the middle of the palette from the black. So get your black, you got this. We're literally gonna go into this color right here, right into that middle color. Gonna use that brush, tap in. Again, we're not swirling, we're not trying to pick up a lot of color. We're gonna tap that off. And I'm just gonna ever so slightly bring that all the way over. Just like that, okay? Just like kind of like that dome. I'm gonna do it on this side too. So, but we're gonna make a straight line. Remember, we're making straight lines here. We're not, all right. Okay, so it's gonna look like that. And then we're gonna blend that. And we're not gonna try to blend that down into the black. We're gonna try to blend this up into our brow bone, high arch. So this is where you remember I said I wasn't gonna put a transition color down. This is kind of now where your transition color is. And we're gonna blend that. Again, we're not going down to that black. We're just staying right there and kind of blowing this brown out. Now, from here, this is a pretty dramatic look. So we would have, you now would put some, we're gonna put another color here, put your liner on, your lashes on. So this is gonna be a pretty bold look. You could actually go back into the black, make it a little bit darker. Again, pushing it right into that socket. And you could take it out a little bit further if you wanted, because it's a pretty dramatic look. The key, again, to a smoky eye is building and taking your time and blending. Now, once you get the hang of it, you're gonna have that muscle memory and you're gonna get it down faster and you're gonna kind of know, oh, I need about, 6 pats of this black to get it in there. But until then, take your time with it because it can get really ugly really quick. So we're gonna go back in and we're just little circles here and just not going past the pupil. So we don't want that black past the pupil. And we're just gonna blend that. And again, if you have kind of hooded eyes like I do, make your eyes big. So now from here, you can put a bold color on the lid. You can black the lid out. You can silver the lid out. That is kind of where it comes up to you. You could put all kinds of stuff. I think what we will do today is we're going to take the black and actually just kind of very lightly blend that, what's left over on the brush, onto the lid. But we don't want to make it real dark down in here. We're going to try to keep that darkness right in that area right there. And then I think for our highlight color, I am going to use a little bit of a kind of a pop of color, like a little bit of a kind of a shimmery gold. And I'm just going to put that just right there in that highlight. Now you could use the silver again. There's nothing wrong with that. So I placed the majority of the pigment right there, and then now I'm kind of blending that all. So like that. Now again, you could put a real bold purple down here, would look pretty. There is kind of a cranberry coppery color here. I am going to use that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm literally gonna place that just right there on the lid and a little bit into the center, but it's still just on the lid. And I'm gonna just pat that. I'm gonna leave this area out here black. You could spray your brush here if you wanted to make that even more of a bold color. Now, if you had another blending or buffer brush, you could switch that out now. But we're gonna use kind of just the side of it to just very, very lightly windshield wiper that all together. Okay. And then I'm going to actually take that cranberry color. You can switch your brush out, or you can still use your flat brush. And I'm going to take it and go this way with it. So instead of laying it flat, I'm going to lay it like this in the color. Pick up, tap out. Now, traditionally a lot of people like take their waterline and go this way. So you could take this here and really blow that out, or you could just kind of take it right here in that center, just right in that color part of your eye. A little flaky. Okay, now you can go with a clean brush, or you could use whatever you want. I'll use this one. And then I'm going to take this and the color that's already laying down from here, from possible fallout or that it's there, and any of the black that is up here, and I'm just going to kind of blow that out. So again, for traditional smoky eye, you're going to have a very dark waterline, you're going to have very dark eyeliner. I'm not a fan of coloring in my waterline, so I'm not going to do that, but I do like to color in my top waterline, so we can do that. And I am using Merle Norman's Age Defying Eyeliner in Charcoal. If I can get the lid off. And then I'm going to go right into the actual lashes. Not above the lashes, but actually in the lashes. So I actually poked myself, sorry. And just to the pupil. Now, if you do have a lot of extra skin on your eye and you're kind of like fighting with a winged liner, you actually can place your eyeliner down on your eye with a creamy pencil and then go in over it with your liquid liner. And you want that liquid liner to go all the way down. Key to liquid liner is following the shape of your eye, but not going down, because as we get older, our eyes do tend to go down, or some of us have just downward turning eyes. So if that happens, you want to start at the top and then bring it in. So I'm gonna finish the rest of this off camera. I'm gonna put the lashes on. Now you could just, if you have really nice eyelashes, just put some mascara on. But typically if you're wearing this look, it's kind of an extra look anyway.